Hello, trading is closed on September 21st, 2020. Start with our disclaimer. This is my plan for tomorrow. Use it at your own risk. Anybody who wants to contact me, here's my email. I have my webinar Wednesday after the close. If it interests you, be certain to register. You can email me for a link or you can copy this one. Didn't really have a call for today, and even in retrospect, I don't know if I could have called for a reversal like this one. We had some targets. The optional one we forget about. So target of 33.53.86 we said probably wouldn't print. Time runs out early tomorrow. If it doesn't print by then, it gets added to the list. And ultimately we look for 33.61.42. We do get to cross one number off the list, 32.29.31 from July 31st. The target was hit, support right at the target. Doesn't always hold as well as it did today, but happens often enough. During the day, early on, we said ultimately both lower and higher prices lower and higher prices would print. Lower prices came early, higher prices came late. We got a buy signal in the afternoon. Target was hit immediately, but it did tell us this drop was false and prices would recover. Well, here's the daily chart. We now have two bars, one bar completely under this bar, under the TDST line. That's supposed to be a failure of support, lead to lower prices. But there's also a reversal bar involving the lower Bollinger Band, and if we get follow through, that should lead to higher prices. So it shows life never makes it easy. Whenever one of these things prints, which confirms the sell, you really have to get confirmation by trading under today's close. If we gap up tomorrow, that breakdown doesn't really count. Well, here's where I think we are in the pattern, and this doesn't look over to me. I'm still looking for something like this, but it clearly isn't dropping with the intensity of this first leg down, but I still think that's too short to end the decline, particularly when some of these lower highs have already fallen. Doesn't mean we have to drop tomorrow. Well, tomorrow has the early high. It doesn't mean you won't gap down. Typically the day's negative with a final hour low, but if there's early strength, usually it has the opposite outcome, even if it drops the rest of the day. We gap down, hit a lower low, close over both of those lows, plus the intervening highs. Either reverse that promptly, or we should see higher prices, whether or not we get a higher close. It's a positive pattern, and if you don't invalidate it by these lows falling fast, then we should trade somewhat higher. But still, we did have a breakdown, and I'm not convinced this low is going to hold. Doesn't mean it won't hold tomorrow. It could. So tomorrow has the early high. It's going to be important if we see early strength, or if there's early weakness, in which case these will fall fast. And that's today's call.